What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that might sound a little crazy.
What we believe. Despite its incredible power, today's traditional financial system still suffers from significant limitations. High fees, walled gardens, and limited access for billions of people around the globe. At ONDO, we believe that blockchain technology has the power to solve these issues. We design institutional-grade platforms, assets, and infrastructure to bring financial markets on-chain. We believe that combining the best of TradFi with the best of DeFi will dramatically improve our financial system, making it fairer, faster, and more accessible to all.
Today I want to talk about something that might sound a little crazy, but it's actually happening right now. And what I'm talking about is using your regular stocks to get a crypto loan. Yeah, you heard me. Using your regular stocks that you have right now on the stock market so that you can get a crypto loan. That's right. And what I want to do is I also want to break down how ONDO Finance is building a bridge between the old world of finance and the new world of crypto. Okay. And then I want to look at just how big this opportunity could become, because if ONDO captures even a small slice, a slither of the stock market, the upside is massive. Okay. Excuse that. Let's start with tokenization. Let's say you have some Spotify stock. In the traditional world, if you need cash, your only real option is to sell those shares. What if you don't sell? What if you believe that Spotify's value is going to go way up? Well, that's where ONDO Finance comes in, right? Their primary function is to solve this exact problem. And the first step starts with tokenization. So they will take your stock, your Spotify stock, and create a digital twin of it on the blockchain. This digital twin can be known as something like spot on, ticker symbol spot on. Get it? Spot on? Think of it as a digital receipt for your real Spotify shares, which of course are safely held by a professional custodian. So now this token is a valuable asset in the crypto world. So now here's where the magic happens. Now that you have this token, you can use it as collateral on a DeFi lending platform. Let's reverse, make sure we understand again. So imagine if you need to pay for an emergency expense, but you want to keep your Spotify shares. So instead of selling, you deposit your spot on token into a DeFi protocol. And a smart computer program, also known as a smart contract, immediately checks the value of your token and gives you a loan in a stable cryptocurrency or stablecoin like USDC. And you can think of a stablecoin as crypto cash that's always worth $1. The loan, of course, is usually smaller than the total value of your tokens, which makes it safe for the lenders. So now you have cash in the form of USDC to use however you want, and you still own your Spotify shares. Once you pay back the loan, of course, with a little interest, your spot on tokens are automatically returned to you. That's faster, more transparent, more efficient than anything you can do right now in the traditional system. So now that's powerful on its own. But this is where it gets really exciting, okay? I want to talk about some numbers a little bit. In just the first wave of real-world asset adoption, tokenized U.S. Treasuries, often seen as the safest assets in the world, recently crossed $7 billion. Think of that, y'all. $7 billion in government bonds are now running on the blockchain, with the majority of them on the Ethereum network. Now, here's the key part. ONDO isn't just a small player in this space. They've already issued more than 1 billion of these tokenized U.S. Treasuries, making them a leading force in this on-chain capital market. This proves two things. And also, before I get to the two things, this is as simple as I can make it. You have to, at some point, there's some things that you have to do for yourself in terms of educating yourself to understand certain things. This is the simplest it can be. Everybody can't have it, but if you really want it, you're gonna do what you need to take. So do what you need to do. So now let's go on to the two things. This proves two things. First, that the technology works, is secure, and is trusted by big money. Second, that ONDO has been established as a market leader. It has established itself. So what's next? Well, according to ONDO, U.S. Treasuries were just the beginning. The next wave of adoption is already here. And we're talking about tokenized U.S. stocks and ETF through the new global markets platform. It takes the proven success with bonds and it applies it to the massive stock market.
I do think increasingly within TradFi, you have very smart people who understand exactly where the puck is headed. They have been waiting but quietly developing their capabilities to move at an accelerated pace the moment regulation would allow. Regulation now allows them to move onto public blockchains in a much bigger way. So the amount of movement that I'm seeing right now within TradFi is unlike anything I have seen in the almost 10 years that I have looked at it, and it's not even close.
This is why the opportunity is so massive. The U.S. stock market is worth about $62.8 trillion right now. Let me make sure I got my numbers right, okay? Yeah, okay. So right now, the total value of all tokenized stocks is only around $500 million. That's 0.0008% of the market, basically nothing. So what does that tell you guys? We are still at the ground floor, okay? So now what if ONDO is able to capture just a share? Let's talk about it. Well, ONDO's current market cap is around $3.1 billion. Now imagine if they capture a tiny share of the market, talking about 0.01%. That's 6.28 billion in tokenized assets, which already doubles where it is today. At 0.1%, we're talking about 62.8 billion, which is about a 20 times growth. And at 1%, we're talking 628 billion, which is 200 times growth. Now here's a kicker, or not. Well, here's something added and extra. If they ever capture 5%, guys, 5%, that's over $3 trillion, and that's over 1,000x opportunity. That's the size of the prize I'm talking about. Actually not, that's not what we're here. No hype. Real product with a lot of potential, okay? Now, some of you who are already in crypto, I'm sure you're asking yourself, I can actually hear yourself, well, can I stake these tokenized stocks? Can I use them in staking or farming? Well, the short answer in theory is yes. However, but wait, before I move on to however, farming, for those who don't know, means you're providing tokens to a trading pool and you can earn fees. Staking, you earn fees, except what you're doing is you're securing the blockchain network, okay, by staking your tokens. But at the end of the day, ONDO's primary focus is lending and borrowing. That's the most direct, scalable way to unlock value. And it's what the institutions care about the most. So we're gonna go where the money is, because that's where the institutions are going, okay? Here's the big takeaway, guys, all of that. Tokenized stocks are just a $500 million market. But in a world where trillions of dollars in equities move on-chain, ONDO is positioning itself to be the backbone. And at only a $3 billion market cap, ONDO is still tiny compared to the size of the opportunity. It's kind of like investing in the NASDAQ or the CME before they became the financial rails that we take for granted today. NASDAQ, of course, is a stock exchange for tech companies, and CME is where traders manage risks. They are the essential plumbing of modern finance. So here's the question, as I finish this and round this out, guys, before you go. When the stock market finally moves on chain, do you want to be watching from the sidelines or already in the game? You already know what I say, get out your feelings and get in the game. But for real, guys, if you want exposure to ONDO, I think ONDO is one, or not even exposure to ONDO. If you want exposure to the real world asset tokenization trend, I think ONDO is one of the purest plays out there. And of course, if you're interested in ONDO, you can grab it on crypto.com, you can grab it on Coinbase, you can grab it on Robinhood. And I'm saying those centralized exchanges because I am not talking to you diehard DeFi crypto bros and gals who've been in crypto forever. I'm talking to the people who now I have your attention, or something else grabbed your attention and you're here watching this and it piqued your interest, and you want to get involved because you realize that you might be missing out on an opportunity. So you want to take the safe route. So I would recommend crypto.com, Coinbase, and Robinhood. If you go on Robinhood, if you have a Robinhood account, it's going to direct you to download their wallet. And that's not a bad way for you to learn anyway. But anyway, that's it. It's your boy. Thank you for watching, guys. If you found this helpful in any type of way, remember to hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. Comment if you must, if you have any questions. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this, okay? And before you go, I want you to watch this video because I think it provides an excellent overview of the tokenization process and the role that ONDO plays. Very insightful video. Watch that video. Come back here. Watch another video. It's your boy. Catch y'all on the next one.